You know, there's a great saying among people who like to be prepared. The multi-tool is for when your toolbox is several kilometers away. Hello to all viewers of my channel. Today we're going to dive into what that idea of preparedness really means in our modern world.
I mean, that quote just perfectly captures it, doesn't it? It's all about having the right tool for the job, right there exactly when you need it. It really speaks to this idea of self-reliance, being ready for whatever life throws at you. And for generations, that meant carrying something physical, a sharp blade, maybe a good set of pliers.
But today, we carry something totally different. A little device that can navigate a massive city, translate any language on the fly, and tap into pretty much the sum of all human knowledge. And that brings up a really fascinating question for our times. What's more powerful, that tangible tool you can actually feel in your hand, or the digital powerhouse that connects you to, well, everything? Let's break it down.
Okay, first things first, let's get grounded in the physical world. Let's talk about the analog advantage. We're talking about tools that have proven themselves time and time again, tools that work without a battery, without a signal. This is all about pure, simple, reliable function.
And really, what's more classic than the everyday carry knife, or EDC knife, as we call it? Think about it. From a soldier in the field who literally depends on it for survival, to just a regular person who needs to open a stubborn package at their desk. The knife is just a foundational piece of gear. It's simple, it's effective, and it's useful in 1,000 different ways. But here's the thing. Not all knives are created equal. The first big choice you have to make is between a folding knife and a fixed blade. Now, the folder is the absolute master of portability and discretion. You just slip it in your pocket, and it disappears. But that convenience comes with a trade-off. That folding mechanism is always going to be a potential point of failure. The fixed blade, on the other hand, it's the definition of robust. No moving parts, so it's incredibly strong, super reliable, and way easier to maintain. The catch is, you need a sheath to carry it safely. And the materials, they truly define a knife's character. For the blade, you're usually choosing between carbon steel and stainless steel. It really comes down to this. Do you want the amazing edge-holding ability of carbon steel, even though you'll have to take care of it to prevent rust? Or do you want the worry-free, corrosion-proof nature of stainless? Same thing with the handle. G10 gives you a really lightweight, grippy handle, while titanium offers just ultimate strength without adding a bunch of weight. Every choice shapes the tool for a specific job. So no matter what materials you go with, a truly great EDC knife always boils down to these four things. It needs the strength to handle whatever you're going to throw at it. It absolutely has to take and hold a sharp edge. The ergonomics have to be right so it feels secure in your hand. That's about safety and efficiency. And, at the end of the day, if it's not portable enough to carry comfortably, what's the point? It's not doing you any good sitting in a drawer. All right, now let's flip the coin. Let's see how the digital world answers that call for a universal tool. Because the modern challenger to the classic toolkit, it isn't another blade or a new pair of pliers. It's probably the very device you're watching this on right now. The smartphone has just completely shattered our whole idea of what a tool even is. It's not one thing, it's a platform for, a seemingly infinite number of functions. It's the true digital multi-tool, something that would have been absolute science fiction just a couple of decades ago. And this is where the smartphone's power just becomes undeniable. It's your map, your compass, your flashlight, your wallet, your phone, all rolled into one. But it's also your entire library. It lets you pull up a schematic to fix a leaky pipe or identify a weird plant on a hiking trail. A knife can't guide you home in a new city, and a multi-tool can't help you figure out what's wrong with your car by looking it up on a forum. The smartphone's utility is just incredibly vast and, for the most part, completely intangible. But here's the catch. Here's the inherent tension. For all of its brilliance, the standard smartphone is, it's fragile. It's a marvel of glass and super intricate electronics. So what happens when you're on a construction site or a mountain trail, or you just get caught in a downpour? Does this pocket supercomputer just give up when the physical world gets a little too real? This is where our story takes a really cool turn. Because, technology never ever stands still. The digital world is actually learning to be as tough as the analog one, and it's creating this whole new class of device that bridges that gap between brains and bronze. Yeah, manufacturers realize that for a smartphone to be a true do-it-all tool, it has to survive the actual doing. And this has led to the rise of what we call rugged phones, devices that are built from the ground up to handle the drops, the dust, and the water that would absolutely destroy a normal phone. A huge part of this is getting official certifications. So when you see a rating like IP68, That's not just some marketing buzzword. It's a specific, testable standard. The 6 means it's totally sealed against dust, and the 8 means it can survive being dunked in 1.5 meters of water for a full half hour. That's a level of durability that gives you some real confidence. So just like we looked at the hallmarks of a good knife, we can do the same for a good, rugged phone. It needs impact resistance, strong frames, reinforced glass. It's got to have that certified IP68 rating. And this is crucial. It needs a long-lasting battery, because a dead tool is a useless tool. And finally, the physical design needs to be ergonomic so you can actually use it securely, even if your hands are wet or you're wearing gloves.
So, where does all this leave us? Do we pick the blade? Or do we pick the battery? The reality is, it's not that simple. The most effective way to think about this is to stop seeing it as a competition and start seeing it as a single, cohesive system.
Look, the key takeaway here is this. The ultimate toolkit isn't one or the other. It's a smart, personalized mix of both. It's about leveraging the unique strengths of your physical tools and your digital ones to build a system that truly prepares you for your life.
And you can actually build this system strategically. First, just assess your real-world needs. Are you an office worker or are you a mountain guide? Your needs are going to be different. Second, invest in quality, whether that's good steel for your knife or a rugged phone that you know won't fail you. Third, be really honest about where each one shines. A physical knife will always be better at cutting. A GPS app will always be better at navigating. And finally, make them work together. Your rugged phone can hold the manual that shows you how to use your physical tool to make a repair. Now that is a powerful combination.
Ultimately, what you decide to carry with you every single day is a reflection of how you see the world and your place in it. It's a personal statement about what preparedness, capability, and self-reliance mean to you. So I'll just leave you with this question. What does your toolkit say about you? Subscribe to the channel and like, and also suggest your topics for future videos in the comments.